Here are 10 things that happen to you, and they're fantastic things, and 3 bonus ones as well, when you finally decide to write a book for your business and either print it or publish it. And I've done myself a little list here, and it's amazing. Number one, you smile. And you smile in a way that you've probably never smiled before. And it's just that internal smile when you're just so pleased with yourself that you said you'd do something and you actually get round to doing it. You can also then say to those people, you know, the sort of people I mean, the sort of neckheads, the whingers, the whiners, the people who said, no, you'll never do it. You can turn round to them in some way, politely or as impolitely as you like, and you go, I did it. Because you decided that you would do it. And finally, you made that commitment, you set that goal, and you actually made it happen. A friend of mine, Sally Hindmarch, said there's something else that happens, and this is the way that you walk into a room. Once you're an author, and of course that word author comes from the word authority, as we know. Once you are an author, the way you walk in a room differs. It's just the set of your shoulders, the way you stand up, and there's just a difference about you. You walk in with this level of confidence. And there's an expression I use is that to be successful in business, and particularly in life, you need to live in a little village just south of arrogant, which is north of confidence, but south of cocky. So you've got to be careful with this, but you know what I'm saying, don't you? And being an author gives you this feeling. Next, people know how to introduce you because they can introduce you as the author of the book that you've created. And invariably, when you're an author, not only do you create the book, but then you take the information in the book and you turn it into all sorts of other informational products and ways of helping people. And here's the little inside secret. And what you do is this. This is one of my books, Secrets of Communication. And if somebody's going to introduce you, let's say you're going to give a speech or a talk or a presentation, somebody's introducing you, then you give them a copy of your book for them to hold, and they don't hold it this way around, they hold it this way around when they're just about to introduce you. And they're talking about the next guest and what you're going to talk about and welcome on stage, and they have the book in their hand when they do it. And boy, what a difference that makes. You don't always have to say to somebody what it is that you've done in life, which sometimes can be a little bit awkward. I mean, you get over it in time, obviously, but just a little bit awkward because, unlike this particular one, but on another one of my books, for example, obviously it's got information about me. There's some blurb and about the details in there, you know, and there's got a paragraph all about me and what I've done. So sometimes that's really useful that you've got that on the back. This is a book. Here's another one. There's another one of my many books, because all of these products here, these are all my informational products. Some of them are books, some tips books, some audio, some video, now all online, of course, as well. Having a book, this is another one of mine, is the ideal gift that you can give to somebody. Obviously, it's a perfect business card, but it's a lead magnet, it's a gift. It's just a way that you can use it to attract people, to connect with people, to engage with people. And here's a little extra bonus one for you. When you're in conversation with somebody you're meeting for the first time, and this might be somebody in a waiting room somewhere, it might be somebody in the next seat on a plane to you, and they say to you, which people do say, well, so what is it that you do? And very gently and smoothly and calmly, without any arrogance, you simply say, I'm an author. And I tell you what, the most amazing thing happened. Somebody says, you're an author. Oh, and they're so pleased to me. What do you write and what it's about? And you just get into great conversations. It really is superb. This is another weird one. And this is something with a little insider secret you have to do, is people ask you to sign it. I mean, I used to speak a lot at conferences and I'd have my books on sale at the back of the room and people would come up and they'd buy the books and I would be there. And I remember the first time it happened and somebody said to me, and I actually think it was this one, I think it was The Secrets of Communication. And somebody said to me, oh, Peter, would you sign it for me? And so I picked up my pen and it was the first time I'd ever done it. And I said, what would you like me to say? It was useless, really. And I was so nervous I could hardly sign my own name. My hand was shaking. So here's the little inside secret. At times, there are times when somebody is going to turn around to you and ask you to sign the book you've either given them or they bought from you, whatever the situation is. So I urge you to practice your signature. Just imagine somebody said, will you sign the book for me? And you go, yes. And you sign it the way you want it. What's your name? And you do the name. You're all very confidently, just absolutely fantastic. You get paid more. Isn't it strange? It's just one of those things in life, is that once you are an author, people perceive you in a different way. And you can often go from being the ordinary, run-of-the-mill, every day within the crowd person to somebody who's separated themselves from the crowd, and they are something totally different. Here's another one with a little insider secret as well, is that you realise just how much you do know because you've put it in a book. But you also realise how much more you know that you can then create other books. But then there's another level when you realise that stuff that you come across in life, because if you're a learner, you're like me, you're a lifelong learner, you realise how it links to what you know. And so you open your learning brain in a completely different way and finding things in life that link to what you already know, and you're creating more and more content. You could change your passport, and why not? And so in your passport, it could say author. And let me see if there's anything else on my list. I mean, there's just so much more of it, But there we go. I mean, you've got the idea of it, and you know my feeling about this is that you just have to be an author. If you're a coach, consultant, speaker, trainer, business owner, why? Because it absolutely separates you from the crowd. So I'm sure you can take this stuff away and you can use it. I'm running a course on how to write a book and do everything else with it called Your Book and Beyond. There's a link here somewhere. Why don't you click that and come and join me? But in the meantime, there's other videos as well, by the way. I wish you every success in all your adventures in life, especially the one being an author. See you on the next one. Bye for now.